This will be another in a continuing series of reports on the failures of the American government to do its job. The intentional failures, it does appear. We have a report that has now come out in today's USA Today that said Christopher Christie, the U.S. Attorney for New Jersey, whose office brought the original case against a man who committed fraud in the billion-dollar sense, said the sentence, quote, sends the correct message that everybody in our society should be held accountable for criminal conduct. That is false. The Justice Department has refused to indict judges. They have refused to even investigate judges. They are crooked. They should be actually potentially investigated themselves for failing to do their job on one entire class of members of our society. You do not have the right to exempt ahead of time people from prosecution of past acts. To do so violates your oath of office, is intentional misconduct, and is potentially criminal conduct that needs to be investigated by a special prosecutor, starting with George Bush, Jeb Bush, Mr. Ashcroft, Attorney General Alberto Gonzalez, and any other one who has made any decision on this and has failed to report the failure of the government to prosecute felonies that are patent. If they can show sufficient knowledge of the likelihood of the felony and the failure to do anything as to an entire class of officials, corrupt judges, there's many of them. They say they go after every one in our society, but how can they exempt all judges in the state of Florida and probably all judges in the union unless they happen not to be one of their judges, a Republican or a Democrat judge who does what he is supposed to do under their party guidelines? Something smells in this country when they won't even look. It may be criminal. I would like a special prosecutor appointed. I would like one politician to ask for it, and then 2, then 4, then 8. And then before you know it, nobody, even the corrupt ones, will say other than, well, let's go ahead and do it. So get your Wall Street Journal out. It should be there. Get your USA Today, which I have here, January 18th, the money section, page 1 at the bottom. Read it yourself. It's right there. It may not be visible on this camera, but it was printed right there. And it's very important. Very, very important. So, I'll say adieu, but passes on. Try to be a muckraker. It's the only way to be a good American citizen in this corrupt time of ours.